Hello and welcome to your reading. As you can see, there are no zodiac signs and no pick a card. This message will find exactly who it is meant to find when it is meant to find you. Now let's see what message found you right now. Got the Hanged Man. The Six of Cups, and at the bottom, the Knight of Cups. All right, so this energy is both the unconscious energy of what is unconsciously happening to you, how you are unconsciously operating, and the energy that you can't actually see, that's not actually playing out in your life, that you're not fully aware of, as well as the past energy. Now, the Six of Cups is also about the past. So there is a clear indication here that this energy has to do with the past directly. So in the past, you have the Hanged Man position. You are in a position of almost feeling powerless to your circumstances while your perspective changed around your circumstances. You have the Knight of Cups here, which directly tells me that this had to do with a relationship that you were in, a connection that you were a part of, whether it be romantic, whether it be business, whether it be friendship. You were emotionally invested in this connection and you felt powerless. You felt like, you felt powerless. And your whole perspective around the situation shifted as well. If this is someone, like, this is like a 180 perspective shift, because for example, let's say you meet someone and they're everything that you wanted in somebody, or you view somebody as very reliable, you view them as very trustworthy, you view them as very honorable. By the end of this relationship with this person, you now view them as untrustworthy, unreliable, the most unreliable person you've ever met, the most unloyal person you've ever met. Like, that is what I'm speaking about. It's like the complete 180 of one's original perspective around the relationship and around the person to the end of the connection, to the end of the relationship. Now it's speaking about that perspective change right now. For some reason, this is in your in your unconscious reality currently playing out. So some of the habits that you have today and some of the unconscious movements that you make today has directly to do with this perspective change. How someone could have changed your perspective in such a drastic way regarding themselves when you were so sure that they were reliable, and then they turned out to be the most unreliable person you have ever met. Okay, so for some reason that is coming up. So I'm also going to say this: what you're making peace with unconsciously, even if you have consciously made peace with it, even if you have subconsciously even like started planting better seeds in your mind regarding the situation, sometimes us as humans are still playing out the same habits unconsciously. Sometimes unconsciously we are still looking for the red flag, we're still looking for the person that is unreliable. We scout them out in order to see if we can be proven wrong. Us as humans, we just do that sometimes unconsciously. Or for example, we develop habits, coping mechanism habits. Like, let's say somebody is in a toxic relationship and now they picked up perhaps sugar eating, or perhaps smoking cigarettes, or perhaps alcohol to cope with what they were dealing with. That habit was birthed within that situation, within that period of the perspective shift, but the unconscious habit of continuing this cycle even beyond that person's departure, even while that person is already gone and that situation is already forgiven and that situation is already healed from, still plays out unconsciously. Now the person is a smoker, or now they are a sugar addict, or now they consume alcohol in big quantities, or even negative thinking, doubtful thinking. Someone that is hopeful for the future, someone that is optimistic, is now more doubtful, is now more cautious, is now more I also see this happening actually in spiritual connections. Like, for example, a spiritual person that is fully connected to the universe, fully connected to the divine, and believes in magic, knows that they are magical, knows that they are 1 in a billion, and they're just connected and open. Meet somebody who does not believe in anything, or even if they do believe in something, they almost make it their mission to try and bring this spiritual person down and change the spiritual person's beliefs. And then this person is and they do this by laughing. Okay, so they're the person that is the most loved and the most their validation is the most sought after from the spiritual person. And then they go in and then they laugh about stuff to do with the universe. They laugh about stuff to do with God. They laugh about stuff to do with spirit guides. They call it woo-woo. They call it crazy. They call it, oh, you're out of your mind, or stop with that crazy stuff. None of that is real. And all of those stuff plants seeds in this person's mind. And eventually they were this fully open person. And then they develop the unconscious habit of, don't speak about spirituality, don't open up too much, don't be too vulnerable, because someone is going to think you're crazy, because someone is going to take your vulnerable thoughts and use it against you. So that is what I see sometimes in spiritual and non-spiritual connections. Okay, so that is what this is. For some reason, it's playing out right now in your life unconsciously. But you know what's interesting is I'm getting this message and saying you are choosing that. Okay, you're choosing to let it play out, which tells me that even though unconsciously it's happening and you're not fully affected by it happening on a conscious level, you are almost consciously or unconsciously choosing it, because you are wanting that cycle to close out. You are wanting that cycle to play out because your belief has been renewed. Okay, it has been renewed. Like, for example, now that person is gone, let's use the spiritual analogy. Now that person is gone that kept saying you're crazy, you're this, and this person has now dimmed. They've slowly been dimming their light, but now that person is gone. Okay, and this person gets spiritual experiences, and they get synchronicities, and they fall back in love with the universe, and they strengthen their intuition, and they're starting to be open and more open and more open and more open, to a point where they are connected once again, how they were before that person entered their life. And all of a sudden, this person, the new beliefs that they have built, the new connection that they have found, not the one that they have lost or the one that was tainted, but the new connection that they have found within themselves and within their spirituality, far outweighs the unconscious programmings of that connection. And then that connection just plays out. That like perspective shift just plays out, and it's almost like a reversal of it. Okay, it's a reversal of to a time before the habits started. Okay, so that is what is unconsciously happening right now. Okay, so you have the Three of Swords, the Emperor, and the Sun. This energy is both the present moment and it is also the conscious energy currently in your life. This is what you are aware of. This is what you know in your life currently. So you do have the Three of Swords here next to the Emperor. There's a couple things that I see here. One, you know that you are the CEO. You have never believed more in your power than you do in this present moment. You have never more believed in your capabilities, in your talents, and in your drive than you do in this current present moment. Your current present belief in yourself far outweighs any other belief that you have ever had in yourself. And you know what? This is coming from an extremely mature. It's coming from a very mature point as well, where you are not believing in yourself naively. There's nothing naive about this. You are believing in yourself because you are seeing the logical adult proof that you are someone to believe in. It is not any way, shape, or form woo-woo. It is not in any way, shape, or form wishful thinking. It is not in any way, shape, or form naive to believe in yourself the way that you do right now, because you have both seen the practical and logical backbone of who you are, backbone of these beliefs that you have within yourself right now. That is one thing that you know right now. And right now in the present moment and in your conscious reality, you are also busy building an empire. You are busy taking care of the people that are reliant on you. You could be a breadwinner. You could be a caregiver. You are someone that takes care of people. As you can see in the illustration of the card of the Emperor, this man, he is wearing his chef's uniform. Now, if you think about a chef, what do you think? A chef is highly successful because they had to climb a whole ladder to get to the point of being the chef. There are many other roles below the chef that they had to climb in order to get there. So they are wearing their success outright. They're on the phone dealing with business. But what do they have in their other hand? In their other hand, they're holding the hand of the person that they are taking care of. And in your case, it could be people that you're taking care of. This could be your children. This could be your parents. This could be your siblings, your cousins, your friends. You are definitely taking care of someone here. You are the reliable person that you once thought somebody else were. You once thought that you saw the quality of what you are in another being, but that's not the case. You unfortunately did not see your quality within that person. What you did see was a mask with a reflection that reflected you back to you, and that is why you were attracted towards that person in the first place, because of the mask that they were wearing. And once your intuition and your spiritual sight saw through the cracks of this person's mask, you started to question it all. But the danger of that is you started to unfortunately also question yourself. Okay? Because once you saw you within that reflection, and sometimes that is the whole strategy of these people. That is the whole strategy of these manipulators. It is the whole strategy. They show you you. They show you you, and then they show you them, and they make you question you. Okay? And another thing that so he's holding the hand of the person that he is taking care of. And as you can see, the person, they have a ice cream in their hand, which tells me, and there's the ice cream truck, which tells me that the Emperor is both in the business world on the phone, okay, dealing with the contract, dealing with the business world, and he also fulfilled his role in getting the ice cream, being the caregiver, being the parent, being the support system for that person that he is taking care of. Okay, so this tells me that there is a balance. Currently, there is a balance between your personal life and your business life. You are operating as the Emperor, because the Emperor is not just the Emperor. He's not just the CEO. He doesn't just have the empire. He is also a father. He is also that. He is also a caregiver. He is also a breadwinner. He also has reasons for why he is what he is. Okay, and then with the sun energy here in the present moment, there is a lot of positive energy backing your tracks. There's a lot of positive energy lighting your path, and there's also a lot of light shining upon you. In the present moment, you are surrounded in a lot of protection and guidance. You have a lot of spiritual assistance. And then with the Three of Swords here, I do see that in the present moment there is also some heartbreaks. Okay, it's like a remembrance of a heartbreak that you once had that is clearing in your field. Okay, now this heartbreak energy is directly linked to the Emperor. Okay, which tells me that you have always been the Emperor, and then a heartbreak happened, and that is why the energy linked together, because you remember the heartbreak while you were the Emperor. So now that you are the Emperor again, that heartbreak energy is clearing out. It's clearing out because there isn't space for it. Okay, there isn't space for the Emperor that you are today to still hold on to the Emperor that you were in the past, and to hold on to the pain that the Emperor that you were in the past experienced. There isn't space for that, because your expansion is grabbing onto things that fills that expansion immediately. Okay, so that is what's happening in the present moment, and that is also what you're letting go. That is genuinely what I feel like. Okay, I feel like you're letting go. This is a long reading. Okay, you have the Two of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles. Ooh, and at the bottom, the Eight of Wands. Now, this energy right here is both what is happening in the subconscious mind and what is happening in the future. Okay, that is currently what this energy is. You have the Two of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands. So in the future, in the present moment, you are currently dressing and preparing for the role. Okay, you have it. You have already become it. In the present moment, you are the Emperor. Like, for example, look at, he's wearing the chef uniform. What is he doing in the future? He is busy performing as the chef. So for example, let's say you're a business owner. Okay, in the present moment, you have already become the business owner. In the future, you are just living your role as the business owner. You're the business owner. Okay, let's say you, in the present moment, you became the actor. You've already dressed up as the role of the actor. In the present moment, and in the future moment, you are just being that role. You are just being simply who you are, the actor. Okay, I love that. Okay, and then you have the Eight of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. Now, in the future position, your career comes into play a lot. Your career takes off because you have the Eight of Wands here as well, which directly links to the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is your career. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles is the work that you do. So the work that you do is taking off. The work that you do, and also 8-8 energy, that is abundance, that is very successful in business matters, in money matters, and also fast financial growth as well is also the 8 energy. It's also long term, because if you think about the 8, it is, well, I can't make it right now, but like you know what I'm, yeah, there. Okay, it's almost like it's an infinite loop. It's an infinite loop. So not only is it fast money, fast business growth, but it's also a continuous loop of it. A continuous loop of you giving your service and getting paid for it. You giving your service and getting paid for it. You giving your service and getting paid for it. So that is in your direct future here. What is happening subconsciously, I'm actually not seeing too much what is happening subconsciously. The one thing that I am seeing, though, what is happening subconsciously is a balance. Okay, you are balancing. And you know what's interesting is subconsciously you are learning how to put down what you cannot currently carry in order to carry what you are already carrying. Okay, which means if you were already subconsciously forming these beliefs, that tells me that unconsciously soon that will be a reality. Soon unconsciously you will be putting down the weights that are too heavy to carry in order to just carry what you are already carrying, and then you can go back and pick up those ones and carry that as well if you choose. Okay, another thing that I am seeing for you that you are also reprogramming in your subconscious mind is the idea that things have to go slowly. Okay, the idea that things have to take months to form, that things have to take years to fall into place. That idea is currently being reprogrammed in your mind because you're realizing, even on a subconscious level, that if you just take your eye off of it for a second, it can set on fire. Okay, so if that can happen in the split second, just when your eye is off of it for a second, it sets on fire. Your eye was just off of it for a second. Okay, then that is how quick things can happen. And that is how you're reprogramming your mind in knowing that this is how quick your business can take off. This is how big it can go to the next level. This is how quick it can go to the level after that. And this is how quick it can go to the level after that. You are realizing subconsciously and also preparing subconsciously that maybe you don't have months to figure it out. Maybe you don't have years to figure it out. Sometimes you only have weeks. Other times you only have hours before it actually happens. So the subconscious mind starts like putting everything into place quickly, because it realizes, oh, the months have already passed. Oh, the years have already passed. Oh, you might actually be hours, days, or weeks away from it. Maybe the preparation time isn't that long. Maybe you don't have 8 months to get it done. Maybe you have 8 hours. Okay, so this is currently the speed process happening in your subconscious mind. So I really hope that and also another thing, you are changing how you used to do things in the past. That is another reprogramming that is currently happening in your subconscious mind. You are doing things differently. You're not doing it the same way you used to do it in the past. Okay, you're forming new techniques. This is your reading. I really hope that you enjoyed this. Bye.